The links between planning and production section is a really important part of your portfolio. This is another one that has a direct section in the marking criteria from NESA. So with this one, what you have is you want to show your initial sketches or some of the things from back in your sketching section way back, and then the final images in your finished product. So this is going to be something you do towards the end, or as you finish certain scenes, you can do each one in there. So with this one, you can see the students got the original, well, the final storyboard, and then scenes from the actual project. And what he said there is he hasn't had enough room to do all of the links between planning and production. He's only picked particular ones from each scene. So sometimes it's nice to say things like that in your portfolio. So then the marker knows, yeah, I had heaps, but I just couldn't put it in there for page problems, okay? So with this one, we've got that there. Then we can go on to the next page. We can see he's got more where he's talked about this is what I wanted for the bed, this is production, this is him standing over and slightly dark, and he had to talk about fixing it with color. So you can see it actually sticks pretty close to his original ideas, almost too close to the point where he probably did these afterwards. I'd recommend not doing that, but it's up to you. So yeah, I'd say without making too much fun of him, that he's probably drawn these storyboards after he filmed it. You want to try and avoid that. Try and make it authentic. Don't just do things for marks, please. You know, it's a process for a reason, because it will actually help you have a better product. But I understand why he would have done this. Okay, so when we're looking at this student, you can see the original storyboards and original ideas, and you can see there are some definite differences here. So it really does show, you know, I have this idea for a pig, and then we've got the audience design here. You can see original rocket ships and things, and fruit and things like that. But you can see, you know, we wanted apples and carrots on this side, and it changes over there, and it changes considerably. So we've got some little evaluations here. We talk about how similar it is, but also how much it's changed. And I think that's pretty important. You need to talk about how it's the same, but also how it's different. So this student here has done the same thing, original sketch compared to final one in the animation. So original to final, continuing on, and we can see some good differences here, obviously, between the sketches and the final photographs that have been edited. Moving on to this one here, you can see sort of some originals compared to the finals here. So you can see the tutorial, own assets, and then the final there. We can see, you know, some tutorials and how they changed into stuff. There's not really any sketches here. I'd like to see some sort of earlier sketches, but she's gone through and done a good job of showing what the original was like compared to the final one, so that's good. All right, this goes through every single scene though and talks about it, and that's a nice amount of detail to have, but I would probably want a few more of those initial sketches put into here for the maximum marks. This really does go for quite a while. Okay, finally this one here, he hasn't chose to do it because he's had his further into the actual weekly sketch. All right, so try and put it in, please. If you miss a section, it really can affect your end mark.